Hello everybody, I'm delighted to see you again, and today we are presenting Grammar of Theme 2, Daily Life. I hope you like it. The first topic we'll deal with today is question formation. I have an idea to make it easier for you to form questions out of sentences. The idea is that we can divide sentences into 4 types, as you can see them here. Type 1 is sentences that has verb to be. And again, verb to be means words like is, was, are, were. This is what I mean by verb to be. Second type is those sentences that has modal verbs. Modal verbs such as, yes, very good, such as must, will, shall, should, like these. Excellent. And type 3 is those sentences that have the words has, have, or had plus past participle. Okay? And then we can move on according to these sentences. You should bear in mind that types 1, 2, and 3, okay, if we have to form a yes-no question, we need only to put the verb before the subject. Okay, we'll start with examples. Let's look at type 1. Is, yes, sentences with verb to be. If we have a sentence like, he is a nice boy, he is a nice boy, how can we form a yes-no question out of this sentence? Think, as I told you. What should we do? So this is the verb of the sentence, verb to be, is. Yeah, we have to put it before the subject. So it's going to read like this. Is he a nice boy? Is he a nice boy? So this is type 1. Type 2. What was type 2? Type 2, of course, includes sentences that has modal verbs such as must. Look at this sentence. He must go now. He must go now. How can we form a yes-no question out of this sentence? Very simple. Just find the verb, put it in the beginning, or put it before the subject. So it's going to be, must he go now? Must he go now? Isn't it easy? Okay. Another sentence which is type 3, we have has and past participle. Has and past participle. She has played tennis. She has played tennis. Come on, think. What can we do in order to form a yes-no question? She has played tennis. Just find the verb, put it before the subject, which is she, and it's going to be, has she played tennis? Has she played tennis? A yes-no question, of course. Okay, but what about type 4? Type 4, of course, includes sentences that has all other verbs, sentences that have verbs like play, eat, drink, whatever. Okay, what can we do about this? I always advise my students to do like this. Just draw 2 arrows. This is the verb of the sentence, play. We have 1 arrow here. And here we have to use an auxiliary verb, a helping verb, which is one of 3. Could be do, does, or did. But when should we choose do, does, or did? Okay. Do, we use it when we have a present simple tense. Does is also used when we have a present simple tense, but when we have an S in the verb, at the end of the verb. And did is used when we have a past simple tense. So you have to choose according to the tense of the sentence. Another arrow here, and notice we leave a space between the 2 arrows here, okay? we have the infinitive here, okay, which is, of course, is play. And in the middle, we have the subject, okay? So in this case, of course, because this sentence is a present simple tense, they play football, so we are going to choose do. So it's going to be, do they play football? Do they play football? And that's a yes-no question. A yes-no question. So, do they play football? Do they play football? Okay, more examples. Muhammad likes his brother very much. What should you do now? Very easy. Just draw the two arrows. This is one. And the auxiliary, of course, is does, because here we have an S at the end of the verb, likes. So naturally, we are going to choose does as an auxiliary verb. Okay? And leave a space here and draw another arrow and find what? The infinitive of likes. What is the infinitive of likes? The infinitive means that you should delete any addition at the end of the verb. You shouldn't have an S, ed, nothing. Just the infinitive of the verb, which is, yes, let me hear it. What is the infinitive of likes? Yes, it's, of course, very good. It's likes. It's like. So, and here in the middle we put the subject, of course. So it's going to read like this. Does Muhammad like his brother very much? Does Muhammad like his brother very much? And at the end we have a question mark. Does Muhammad like his brother very much? And again, this is what type of question? This is a yes-no question. A yes-no question. Okay. Another example. The boys went to the cinema. The boys went to the cinema. Come on, think. What are we going to do now in order to form a question? What do you have to do to form a question? Look at the verb, went. Think. What tense is that? What is that tense? Is it present, past, what? Of course, it's past simple. So, next thing, just as you define the verb or you found the verb, what do you have to do now? You have to draw two arrows. The first one is here, and find the auxiliary. What is the auxiliary? If we have a past simple tense, the auxiliary is going to be did. Very good. Did. And another arrow, and you have to find the infinitive of went. What is the infinitive of went? I'm sure you know it. Very famous. Yes, it's go. Excellent. Did and go. And in the middle, we have to get the subject. So, did the boys go to the cinema? So, did the boys go to the cinema? Did the boys go to the cinema? A yes/no question. Very good. Okay. But the question is, what should we do in order to form WH questions? It's not very different, by the way, very easy. Just add the question words. Just add the question words in the beginning of the sentence. Question word means words like what, where, who, okay, in the beginning of the sentence. Examples. He went to the hospital. The yes/no question would be, of course, yes, you have to find the auxiliary and the infinitive, so it's going to be, did he go to the hospital? Did he go to the hospital? This is the yes/no question. Okay. In order to form a WH question, this is going to be even easier. Just delete the word that you're asking about. If you are asking about the hospital, the place, of course the word should not be there. Okay? So we are going to find a word, a question word that asks about a place, which is Yes? What word should you use in order to ask about a place? I can hear it. Excellent. Yes, it's where. So, where did he go? Where did he go? Easy, isn't it? Next. Yeah. This is actually the focus of grammar in theme 1. What should you do if you have questions with who and what? We have a little problem here. Yeah. What it means of who? Who, of course, is a question word that is used to ask about persons. Who is knocking at the door? Muhammad, for example. So, you could be asking about a subject or an object. Subject means, of course, the person who is doing the action. The person who's doing the action. If you say, for example, who is knocking at the door, we are asking about a subject. We are asking about a subject because Muhammad is doing the action, okay? And we have another word, which is what. And this is used to ask about things. If you're asking about a thing, you use the word what. And again, it can be used to be asking about a subject or an object. And we'll see examples. Just remember that when who or what are used to ask about an object, we use one of these verbs. That's just the usual thing we do. Do, does, or did. Do, does, or did when we ask about an object. And of course, we add the infinitive. For example, I bought a camera. The word camera here, what is the word camera? Is it a subject or an object? I bought a camera. Camera, of course, is an object. It didn't do the action, okay? Actually, I bought a camera. So I did the action to the camera. So a camera here is an object. So what should I do if I'm asking about the word camera? Just the usual thing that we do with the yes/no questions, as we said before. Draw 2 lines. Find the auxiliary, which of course is did, because bought here is a past simple tense, so the auxiliary would be did, okay? And then find the infinitive of bought, which is by, and in the middle you have to put the subject, which is I, and in this case it's going to be you because you are talking to the person. So did you buy a camera if this is a yes/no question? Okay, but if you are not using a yes/no question, you would like to start with a question word like what. So what should you do? Just delete the word camera and use the question word what. So it's going to be what did you buy? So again, I repeat, if you are asking about an object, and using the word what, please use an auxiliary, which is did. Okay. So please notice, if what or who ask about a subject, we do not use any helping verbs. If they ask about a subject, okay? A subject means the doer of the action. For example, if I say, Sarah runs the library.
Sarah here, is it an object or a subject of the verb? Sarah runs the library. Sarah manages the library. Of course, Sarah is a subject, of course, because she is the doer of the action here. She runs the library. So in this case, what should we do? If you would like to use a word that asked about Sarah, what would be the words, the question words suitable here? Is it what? Where? No, of course, it's who. Yes. Just delete the subject like this and then add the word who and complete the sentence. So it's going to be who runs the library? Who runs the library? Very simple, very easy.
this is what you do if you have a subject and you would like to ask about it, okay? Another example, if you say, a stone broke the window, same thing, just look at the word stone here, the word stone, a stone broke the window. In this case, it's a subject, because a stone did the action of the sentence here. So, what should you do? Delete it, okay, and find a question word that would ask about this word, a stone. So, this would be, what is suitable for the word stone? If you'd like to ask about a stone, it's a thing, what would you use? Of course you would use the word what. Very good, what. So it's going to be, what broke the window? Just complete the sentence, no auxiliaries. Don't use do, did, nothing. Just complete the sentence and add the question word at the beginning of the sentence. What broke the window? Okay? So then we move to sample questions. Those are the questions that you'll have in your exam. And as you know, we have two types of questions. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D, or correct the word between brackets. Let's start with the first type. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. What work to do next week? What work do they plan? Plan they do. They plan do. Did they plan to do next week? What work do they plan? Plan they do. They plan do. Did they plan? Just think. We have to find an auxiliary and a subject and an infinitive. So, very good. What work do they plan to do next week? Of course, we didn't choose did because this is in the past and we have the word next week. So, what work do they plan to do next week? Another question. How much this book costs? Does this book cost? This book cost? And do this book cost? How much this book costs? Does this book cost? This book cost? Do this book cost? Yes. Very good. How much does this book cost? How much does this book cost? An auxiliary, a subject, an infinitive. Okay. And then take care, we are asking about a subject here. Who does the library? Does run, runs, do run the library. Who does run, runs, or do run the library? Very good. Runs. Who runs the library? Who runs the library? No auxiliaries because we are asking about a subject. Great. Another topic question. Correct the words between brackets. Which sections you must revise for the exam? Can you say this? Which sections you must revise for the exam? Come on, think. Which type of sentence is that? Sentences with must. Does it belong to the first three types, 1, 2, 3, or the fourth type? Just think. Yes? Yes, of course, it's one of the first three types. So what should you do? Yeah, it's going to be like this. Which section must you revise for the exam? Because we said that the first three types, 1, 2, or 3, and those include sentences that have modal verbs, just put the verb before the subject. It's going to be must you and not you must. Which sections must you revise for the exam? Another question. What did damage your car? What did damage your car?
What damaged your car? Very good. Because what here is asking about a subject, so no need to use an auxiliary again. So it's going to be what damaged your car? Very good. So that's it for question formation. Then we can move to another point, which is gerunds. Okay. What is the meaning of gerunds? Do you know the meaning of the word gerund?
In your classes, gerund, yeah. A gerund is a word that ends in ing, which is made from a verb and which is used like a noun. For example, if I say read is a verb, reading is a gerund, okay, and it's used like a noun. So I say reading is my favorite hobby, for example. And we'll see lots of examples here. Okay. Smoking is very dangerous to health. So here, smoking, ending in ing. Smoking is very dangerous to health.
Winning the game was very nice. ing. Winning the game was very nice. ing. Okay, and if you go back to your student's book, page 48, exercise B, you'll notice that we use gerunds after these words: after, before, on, and during. Okay, those are the words in your student's book. Please bear in mind you'll have questions on these 4 words that you should know that after, before, on, during. If these are followed by verbs, they should be plus ing. Okay, for example, after growing up in England, he studied in France. After growing up in England, he studied in France. So we have after and a verb plus ing. After growing up in England, he studied in France. While doing homework, it means during doing homework, I watched TV. While doing homework, I watched TV. Okay. Before going out, another example on before. Before going out, I switched off the lights. Before going out, I switched off the lights. On asking for information, I was told I must wait. But what is the meaning of on, by the way? Some of you may not know the meaning of the word on here. On here means immediately after. Immediately after. So in a way or another, it means after. After asking for information, I was told I must wait. So asking here, of course, we have to put ing at the end of the verb. On asking for information, I was told I must wait. Okay. Very simple, by the way. And then you will have sample questions from your exam. The first type is choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Yes, my favorite hobby is swimming, swim, swims, or swam. My favorite hobby is swimming, swim, swims, or swam. Very good. Swimming. My favorite hobby is swimming. You're using it as a noun here. My favorite hobby is swimming. And notice how the M is doubled here. The M is doubled. Okay. After dots, you went to the hospital. After dots you, we went to the post office. After we leave you, we went to the post office. Left you, leaves you, or leaving you. After, of course, ing. After leaving you, we went to the post office. After leaving you, we went to the post office. Another type of question. correct the word between brackets. You'll have a mistake and you'll have to correct. While worked there, I found a wonderful book. Of course, it's not correct to say worked. It's not correct to say worked. You could say while I worked there or while I was working there. But how can you correct it here? Yes, while working there, I found a wonderful book. While working there, I found a wonderful book. So now we are finished with gerunds, and we can move to something else, which is indefinite reference. And in a minute, we'll know what does that mean. Okay. Please go to your student's book with page 49 in order to find this table. I'm sure you'll have this table in your student's book. You'll have these words: somewhere, somebody, something, anywhere, anybody, anything, everywhere, everybody, everything, nowhere, nobody, nothing. Okay? We'll, during this session, we'll see how each word is used. Okay. As for nobody, nothing, and nowhere, those three, the rule is you can use these words after a verb, especially after be and have. For example, the house is empty, there's nobody living there. The house is empty, there's nobody living there. So we have a verb to be here. There is nobody living there. Okay. We had nothing to eat, which is verb to have. We had nothing to eat. Nobody came to visit me while I was in hospital. Nobody came to visit me while I was in hospital. What happened? Nothing. What happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. Where are you going? Nowhere. I'm staying here. It means I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to any place. I'm staying here. Anybody, anywhere, anything, and those are kind of related to the previous ones: nobody, nowhere, and nothing, and we'll see how. Okay, the rule says that nothing, nobody, nowhere equals not plus anything, anybody, and anywhere. Notice, please, nothing equals not plus anything. Nobody equals not plus anybody. Nowhere equals or has the same meaning as not plus anywhere. For example, if you say, I didn't say anything, I didn't say anything. Notice we have here not and we have anything. I didn't say anything. Has the same meaning as I said nothing. So you could use this one or this one. I didn't say anything or I said nothing. So both are correct. Jane didn't tell anybody about her plans. Jane didn't tell anybody about her plans. So here we have not, and we have anybody, not anybody. And it has the same meaning as Jane told nobody about her plans. Jane told nobody about her plans. They haven't got anywhere to live. they haven't got anywhere to live. It means they don't have any place to live. They don't have any place to live. And it has the same meaning as they've got nowhere to live. They've got nowhere to live. So it is not possible to say they haven't got nowhere to live. There's no way you can use not here. So they've got nowhere to live. So the rule is, do not, please do not use a negative verb with nothing, nobody, etc. Don't say not nothing or not nobody. There's no way you can do that. So I didn't say anything. I didn't say no. I didn't say nothing. Is that correct? I didn't say nothing. Not and nothing. What do you think? Of course, this is not a correct sentence. You cannot say I didn't say nothing. So you say I said nothing. I said nothing. Or I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Okay, the rule is sometimes we use anything, anybody without not to mean it doesn't matter which or what or who. How's that? So we say that anything or anybody sometimes can be used without not. But how that? We will see the examples and see what this means. If you say, I'm so hungry, I could eat anything. I'm so hungry, I could eat anything. Here we don't have a negative verb. We didn't say not, I couldn't eat anything. No, I could eat anything. What does it mean if you say I could eat anything? It means it doesn't matter for me what to eat. It doesn't matter. I would eat anything. A piece of bread, a piece of cake, a biscuit, it doesn't matter. I would eat anything. Or the exam was very easy. Anybody could pass. The exam was very easy. Anybody could pass. So what does it mean if you say anybody? You're not talking about a special person, a specific person. You are talking about anybody. It means the exam is really very easy. Another rule. We can use anybody, anything, anywhere in questions. Yes, we usually use them in questions. For example, has anybody seen my glasses? Has anybody seen my glasses? Or has anyone seen my glasses? It's a question. Are you going anywhere? No, I'm not going anywhere. Notice in the question it is used without not, of course, because it's a question. Are you going anywhere? And in the answer, we have not and anywhere. So, are you going anywhere? No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to any place. So, remember that anybody, anywhere, anything, nothing, nowhere, nobody, all these words are singular words. What is the meaning of singular? It means we talk about them as if we are referring to one person. So they are singular words. Okay? So if I say, nobody is living here, of course, if I use is, it means nobody here is used as a singular word. I don't say nobody are living here. Nobody are living here, of course not. Nobody is living here, singular word. So we move to something else. The words everybody, everything, everywhere. Okay. These are singular words, but what do they mean? If I say everybody, what does it mean? It means all of. If I say everybody, it means all of the persons, for example. Okay? If I say everywhere, it means all of the places. So we have the meaning of all here. For example, everybody has arrived. It means all the persons have arrived. But again, everybody is a singular word, and that's why we have has. Everybody has arrived. I've looked everywhere except for that room. I've looked everywhere except for that room. So everywhere means all places. I've looked everywhere except for that room. I did everything I could to save her. So everything here means all the things I could do. I did everything I could to save her. Okay. What about somebody, somewhere, something? Yeah. These are used to refer to indefinite things, persons or places. What is the meaning of indefinite? It means we are not talking about specific things. We are not talking about specific persons or specific places. They are indefinite. They are not known to us. For example, I'm looking for somewhere to eat. I'm looking for somewhere to eat. So if I say somewhere, of course it means I'm looking for a restaurant or something or a place to eat in. If I say I'm looking for somewhere, it means that I'm not looking for a specific place. I don't know a name of a restaurant and I'm talking about it. I'm talking about something or somewhere which is indefinite. It means any place or any restaurant. It's not known to me. There is something wrong with the engine. It's making strange noises. If you are in your car and you hear strange noises, so this means, of course, there is something wrong. So what does it mean of something wrong? You're not sure what is exactly wrong with your car, but there is something wrong. It is indefinite. You don't know exactly what is wrong with your car. Okay? There is something wrong with the engine. There is someone outside the door. So if you say someone, what does it mean? It means there is a person outside the house, but you don't know the name of this person, and you have no idea about this person. It's just a person outside the house. Okay, and then we move to sample questions. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. And the other type is correct the words between brackets. We'll start with correct the answer. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Okay. Nobody does understand my problems. Nobody can, won't, isn't, can't understand my problems. So the main point here is how can you use a negative form? Will you use a negative form or not? Nobody can, won't, isn't, can't understand my problems. And the answer is, yes, very good, can. Nobody can understand my problems, of course. Notice it's the only word that is not negative here, because we say that nobody is negative in itself, so you cannot use another negative verb. So it's going to be nobody can understand my problems. I cannot use another negative form like isn't or can't or won't. Okay. Another question. Everybody that's interested in meeting the new student at school are, have, where, or is interested in meeting the new student at school. Everybody are, everybody have, everybody where, everybody is. And the answer is is. Everybody is interested in meeting the new student at school, of course, because we said that everybody is a singular word. We know that the meaning means all the persons or all of, but it is used as a singular word, so we say everybody is interested in meeting the new student at school. Then correct the word between brackets. I'm hungry, I want nothing to eat. Does it make sense to you? If you are hungry, of course you want to eat. So there's no way you can say, I want nothing to eat. Of course not. So how can you correct it? I am hungry. I can hear it. I want something to eat. Very good. I am hungry. I want something to eat. Excellent. I didn't see nobody today. I didn't see nobody today. Negative. And nobody. Remember? Negative and nobody together? No way. So, I didn't see. How can you correct it? Not plus. I didn't see anybody today. I didn't see anybody today. And that's the end of that part. Then we move to the words all, most, both, etc. Okay. The rule is all, none, most, and two. Look at these words, and you have them in your student's book. The word all, none, most, and two, one. Okay, these words can be used with of, all of, one of, two of. And they should be followed by the, or that, those, this, these, or followed by a pronoun. What did it mean, pronoun? Pronoun is a word like he, she, it, they. This is the meaning of pronoun. So I could say, for example, all of the girls, all of that, all of those, all of this, all of these, or all of them, for example. Okay. Examples. Look at all that money. Yeah. None of this money is mine. None of this money is mine. Notice we have of followed by this. None of this money is mine. I wish it was, of course. None of this money is mine. Okay. None followed by of and this. Look at this picture. You can see some people running, of course. So, all of us are running. So we have all and of followed by us. What is us? Us is a pronoun. All, of, and a pronoun. All of us are running. As you can see in the picture, all the persons here are running. Another picture. If you have a close look, you can see that everybody is smiling. Okay? All of the women are smiling. All of the women are smiling. So all and of followed by the. All of the women are smiling. Another picture. Here we have two people. So if you have only two people and you would like to refer to them, what can you say? You use the word both. Both means usually that we have two persons you are referring to. Both. Both of the men are fat. So both of followed by the. Both of the men are fat. So both means we have two persons. Another picture. We have three people here. Yes. One of the men is wearing a black shirt. This one. One of the men is wearing a black shirt. So we have the word one, of, followed by the. One of the men is wearing a black shirt. Okay. And the same picture, we have two of them are wearing white shirts. Two of them. Look at these, this one and this one. Here we don't use both because we have a third person, so we use two of. Two of, followed by them, which is a pronoun. Two of them, so two of plus a pronoun, are wearing white shirts. Another picture. You have some men and some women here, but actually most of them are men. If you count the number of women here, of course it's less than the number of men. So most of them, the majority of them are men. We have the word most, of, and them, which is a pronoun. Most of, pronoun. Most of them are men. Another picture. If you have a close look at this picture, you find that these women are all standing, but only one person is sitting. So most of them are standing. Most of them are standing. So we have most of, followed by a pronoun. Most of them are standing. Usually it's an object pronoun, by the way. An object. You don't say most of they, it's most of them. So remember, all of that is always followed by a plural form, and it means something specific, something particular. You are referring to something particular. But if I say all plus plural without of that, it refers to something general. It will make sense if you have an example. If you say all flowers are beautiful, what does this mean? If you say all flowers are beautiful, this means you're talking about flowers generally. You're talking about all flowers, nothing specific, nothing particular. So, yeah, all flowers in general. All flowers. But if you're looking at this beautiful garden here, and you say, all of the flowers in this garden are beautiful, so you are talking about a specific group. You are referring to something particular. All of the flowers, all of the, and then plural. All of the flowers in this garden are beautiful. And then we move to sample questions. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Both of them are, have, is, was hardworking students. Both of them. Yeah, so both, if you're talking about two persons, what does this mean? Singular or plural? Both of them, yes, are hardworking students. Both of them are hardworking students. Good. Most of are from the UAE. Most of, they, their, theirs, them are from the UAE. Remember, we said of can be followed by a pronoun, and this pronoun is usually an object pronoun. So most of them are from the UAE. Most of them are from the UAE. The majority of them, the great number of them are from the UAE. Another type of question, correct the words between brackets. The instructor gave all of students a reading list. The instructor gave all of students a reading list. There is one mistake here. How can you correct it? All of, yeah. Remember, we are talking about a specific group here. All, the instructor gave all of the students a reading list. All of the students. You add the here. All of the, and then plural. Okay. Most us work hard. Most us work hard, and the correction is most of us work hard. You don't say most us, because this is a pronoun, so there should be an of here. Most of us work hard. That's it. Okay. And then we move to reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns. What are reflexive pronouns? We know the word pronoun. Pronoun means, we know, he, she, it, they, because we have a lot of types of pronouns. We have subject pronouns like I, you, he. We have object pronouns like you, me, them, like this. And today we'll talk about reflexive pronouns, and we'll see that in a moment. Look at the examples. Yeah. I fell off the ladder and hurt myself. Nobody else hurt you. You hurt yourself. So I hurt myself. I fell off the ladder and hurt myself. Just notice. If you play with that knife, you'll cut yourself, Tony. If you play with that knife, you will cut yourself. It's you who are going to do the action. You will cut you. You will cut you, but I cannot say you. You will cut yourself. Did all of you see yourselves on TV? So you are going to see who? Yourselves. You are going to see yourselves on TV. Did all of you see yourselves on TV? So the rule is we use reflexive pronouns, which is, I think you know now, myself, yourself, themselves, words ending with self or selves, when the object is the same as the subject. The doer of the action, which is the subject, is the same as the object. You do something to yourself. For example, he's strange. He talks to himself. He talks to himself. Who talks? He. To who? To him. But I cannot say him. Here I have to use a reflexive pronoun, which is himself. He is strange. He talks to himself. So the object is the same as the subject. The subject is he, and the object is supposed to be him. So in this case, it's going to be himself. He is strange. He talks to himself. Another usage is for emphasis. When you want to emphasize something, to stress something. For example, to stop him smoking, stop smoking yourself. Stop smoking yourself. You would like to emphasize, you have to stop smoking. So this is for emphasis, for stress. For an action instead of somebody else. You would like somebody to do something instead of somebody else. Like, for example, if you say to somebody, can you call her, please? And he says, no, call her yourself. Can you please call her? Can you call her, please? No, call her yourself. Can you please give me that pen? No, get the pen yourself. You do it yourself. So this is an action that you would like somebody else to do it instead of yourself, or so the idea is an action instead of somebody else. For emphasizing an action without help, if you do something without help from anybody, so example, I worked out the answer by myself. I worked out the answer by myself. What you're doing here, you are emphasizing that you did it without help from anybody. I worked out the answer by myself. Okay. We come now to the most important, which is the table of pronouns. We have I. This is a subject pronoun. Okay. If you say, for example, I have a knife and I hurt myself. So the reflexive pronoun would be myself. I hurt myself. He. Can you please think? He. The reflexive is himself. Very good. He, himself. He hurt himself. He talks to himself. She. The reflexive is very good. Herself. She talks to herself. It of course refers to a thing, an animal, okay, not a person, of course, and it's singular. So it, itself. And you, and notice that you can be used to refer to one person or a group of persons. If you're talking to one person, it's going to be yourself. You hurt yourself. And if you're talking to a group of persons, it's going to be yourselves. You hurt yourselves. And we, what is the reflexive? Is going to be ourselves. Ourselves. We hurt ourselves, or we talk to ourselves. And finally, they, themselves. Themselves. So notice that all the words end in self, 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 selves, selves, self when it's plural. Okay. Then we can move to sample questions. First type is choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. And the boys burned dots when they lit the fire. The boys burned dots when they lit the fire. Before you look at the options, remember they, what is the reflexive pronoun of they? In case you don't remember, we can go back to the list. They, yes, themselves. So it's going to be the boys. Now you can look at the options. Burned them, their selves or themselves. Quite clear now. The boys burned themselves when they lit the fire. The boys burned themselves when they lit the fire. Very good. Another question. After our silly mistake, we laughed at we. So you have to look for the reflexive of we. We, ourselves. Very good. So we can go back. After our silly mistake, we laughed at ours, ourselves, our, or we. So after our silly mistake, we laughed at ourselves. Very good. Another question. Correct the words between brackets. I fell off the wall and hurt me. I hurt me. No. So I, the reflexive of I is myself. Myself. So the correction is I fell off the wall and hurt myself. I hurt myself. Did all of you see yourself on TV? You and all. So this means I'm talking to a group of persons. Did all of you see? So the reflexive of you, again, you, yourselves when it's plural. So did all of you see yourselves on TV? Did all of you see yourselves on TV?
That's it. that was the end of our lesson today. This was the grammar of, and we are going to deal with the vocabulary of the same theme, which is daily life, theme 2. Till then, have a very nice time and see you next time. Goodbye.